What do you do when life has just kept hitting you over and over and punching you out, and the trials are so intense and nothing has gone the way you want it to do? How in the world do you keep your faith? That's what we're going to get into. So I got an email from someone asking for help. I won't say who they are, but just to give you a little background so you know what I'm going to be answering. They have faith in God. They are a Jewish believer, but they've had a lot of problems. They've had learning issues since they were a kid. Their parents never helped them or supported them, and they always put them down. And this person grew up feeling like they couldn't do anything. Then they got into a bad marriage, and just recently, their father died, and then the next year their spouse died, and they feel like they have no support from their religious community. So she's asking me, how can I still have faith and stay religious when life keeps throwing trials your way? How do you handle it? And then she gave a for instance, and like she had a whole day off to get some productive stuff done, but she just was so pressed upon by the trials and the problems in life that she just sat on the couch watching videos. So she wants advice on how to still have faith when everything seems to be going against you. And, I took some time to, be mindful of how I would answer and look up some scriptures from the Hebrew Bible, since this lovely lady is Jewish. So I'm going to answer kind of the things that she asked that you guys might be going through too. You guys might feel like life has just punched you out and things aren't going the way you want them to, everything coming against you, trials. How do you handle that? So the number one thing I would say to do, and I'm going to give you things that aren't necessarily in a particular order, but number one, forget the past. Isaiah 43:18 and 19 says, forget the former things. Don't even remember them. Do you not know I am doing a new thing? It talks about how even if you're in the desert, God is going to make streams of living water pour forth for you. So it doesn't matter how bleak it is. It doesn't matter how dry the desert is. God is saying, behold, I'm going to do a new thing for you. So don't even remember the past. All those trials, all that hurt, what your parents said to you, the bad marriage, whatever it is, whatever you're going through, anybody, whatever your specific thing is, God is saying, don't even remember it. It's not something to dwell on. He says, behold, I am doing a new thing in you. So she talked about how do you keep the faith and how do you have faith? Sometimes it seems like the older we get, the longer it takes to see the miracle, the harder it is to believe it's going to happen. It's almost like sometimes we feel like our faith has an expiration date. We're thinking, God, if you haven't done it for me yet, you're probably not going to do it. So why bother believing? Now, let's talk about Abram and Sarai, who later became Sarah and Abraham. Look, the angel of God came down and told Sarah she was going to have a baby. She was well past the years of childbearing. And do you want to know what her level of faith was? She laughed at the angels. Whoa! She laughed at them. She had no faith for that. And even after the angels told her this was going to happen, it still took 10 years for them to answer the prayer. So guys, please don't put a time limit on God, because his timing is not your timing. I think it's the book of Isaiah that says, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. They are above your thoughts. Okay? So you got to trust God's timing. His timing is perfect. And you know what? I would encourage you. So the second thing was, trust God at whatever level you're at. That's number 2. Whatever level you're at, if you're in the phase now where you're laughing at God and what you think he's going to do for you or not do for you, that's where you're at now. Don't feel bad about that. Just keep pressing into God saying, I trust you, but please give me more faith because it's really hard right now. The third thing I would say to do is be honest with God. You don't have to put on a mask. You don't have to pretend like everything is perfect and life is grand. And, sometimes you see people going through life and they're saying, how are you? And they might be under the most intense trials. And they're like, it's fine. Everything's good. They're putting on their fake happy mask. Guess what? You don't have to do that with God. You can cry out to him and say, God, I want to believe you, but everything stinks right now. He doesn't even mind if you raise his voice, because you know what? When you pray to God, like everything is cool, but in your heart you're going, I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if you're good. Listen, he knows the thoughts and intents of your heart. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what you really believe. So even if you're praying in a way that seems like, ooh, I trust you, but you got a little mistrust in your heart, he already knows that. So don't be afraid to tell God how you really feel. It won't hurt his feelings. He loves that honesty. Listen, speaking of it taking forever, remember when Moses was like, and all his people were wandering in circles around the desert for 40 years before they got into the promised land? Listen, it could take a while. So what am I talking about? Speaking candidly to God was the third thing. Be honest. Don't pretend that it's some way that it's not. When Moses was on the mountain getting the 10 commandments, he came down like, ooh, I got these 10 commandments. God spoke to us. Now we know what to do. Here's the top 10 things God doesn't want us to do. He saw they made a fake God. They took all their earrings off, burned them down, took out their nose rings, and they made this golden calf. Here they are dancing and worshiping this golden calf. Ooh, Moses was mad. He just broke the tablets. God wanted to wipe them all out. But Moses, he went back up to the mountain and he interceded. He's like, God, he was crying out for the people. You gotta save them. If you don't save them, you might as well just kill me too. Blot me out of the book. I don't even want to be in it. God, you can't kill the people, because if you kill us now, then our slave people, the Egyptians, they're gonna know you just brought us out here to kill us. You better be true to your word. You know what? Sometimes it's okay to remind God of his promises. When Moses did that, God was like, okay, all right, I will bear with these people a little bit longer. He forgave their sins. It's just like, was it Abraham and Lot? Hi, sweetheart. I think it was Abraham and Lot when, you found a camera. Well, that's so sweet. Here, take it. So they were going to wipe out Sodom and Gomorrah. And I didn't write this down in my notes, so I'm just winging it here. And Abraham was like, God, but you wouldn't really do it if there was 50 righteous people, right? You wouldn't kill all of, what if there's 50 righteous people? You're not going to kill us too, punish us for this. He's negotiating with God. You guys, you can negotiate with God. Did you know that? And God's like, okay, I won't wipe out the city if there's 50 righteous people. Well, God, he comes back to, what if there's 45 righteous people? I mean, you're not really going to wipe out the whole city if there's 45 righteous people here, are you? God was like, no, I guess not. He comes back, forgive me, God. I don't mean to pester you, but would you do it? Would you wipe everybody out if you found 40 righteous people? He's negotiating with God. Down to 35, down to 30, down to 25, down to 20. Finally, 10 righteous. God, you're not going to, forgive me for speaking again, but you're not going to wipe everybody out if there's 10 righteous people. That just shows us we can talk to God. We can remind him of what he said. We can negotiate with him. Obviously, he knows better than we do. he couldn't even find 10 righteous people in that city. So, goodbye. So, I'm just going to be reading the different verses I got to help answer your questions about keeping the faith. So, how do you keep the faith? You have to, number 4, believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You have to believe that things are going to be okay. You know what Jeremiah 29:11 says? I know the plans I have for you. They're plans for good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. See, you have to believe the plans God has for you is for good and not for evil. So you have to trust that. Take the steps to trust him in that. And, you know, keep open to God. Keep an open dialogue and conversation, even when you feel like you're not in a good place of faith. Even if you don't know what to say, you know, to help keep you from negative thinking, you know, one of the scriptures, I think it's in Psalms, says, may the words of my mouth, I think it's Psalm 19, and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. So sometimes you just have to say, God, is this working out? Is what I'm saying pleasing to you? I'm trying to say the right thing. I'm trying to not, you know, lose the faith. I'm trying to keep positive. And when you don't know what to do, when you need that guidance, I don't know, it's in Proverbs or Psalms. It says, show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your paths. So if you don't know what to do, tell God, I don't know how to keep the faith. I don't know how to be happy. I don't know how to deal with what's coming against me. God is happy to show you. The Hebrew Bible says he will reveal the mysteries to you. Okay? Again, in somewhere, Psalms or Proverbs, I should have written down where they were found. I'm sorry. But the brokenhearted, you can look these up, you can use for search words. When you are sad or brokenhearted, the scripture says, the righteous cry out to the Lord, and he delivers them from all their troubles. How many troubles does he deliver them from? All. Does that mean your troubles too? Yes! He delivers them from all their troubles when they cry out to him. It says the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. You don't have to put on that happy face. You don't have to pretend like everything is all right, because the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and he saves those who have a crushed spirit. If you want to find this verse, just type in the words, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. You'll find that. He saves those who have a crushed spirit. He is faithful. He's not going to give up on you. He is with you always. Jeremiah says he loves you with an everlasting love. Everlasting, that's forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Nothing you do can make him go away. He created you in Genesis in his image and his likeness. So he's not going to wipe you out because you are a child of God. Listen to what Psalm 34, 4-7 says. If you don't know what to do, here's what to do. I prayed to the Lord and he answered me. He freed me from all of my fears. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. Listen, if you look to God for help, you're not just going to be surviving. You're going to be thriving. You're going to be radiant with joy. I am radiant with joy. People may think that means I have no problems. Ooh, if I could tell you the problems I have and list them, some of you guys would be shocked at the things I have going on in my life. But I trust in him. So I am radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their face. No matter what you've been through, no shadow or shame will darken the face. In desperation, this was me. In desperation, I prayed to the Lord and he listened. And he saved me from all of my troubles. How many of my troubles did he save me from? Like 6 of them? Were there like 3 that were too hard for him? No! Guys, he created the entire earth and everything in it in 6 days. Is anything too hard for the Lord? No, he saved me from all my troubles. The angel of the Lord is a guard. He surrounds and defends all who fear him. Okay, don't be afraid of the word fear. That doesn't mean we're cowering in fear in the corner and, oh no, don't strike me with lightning. No, it's nothing like that. It's fear, it's reverence, it's respect, it's honor. That's the kind of fear we're talking about. It says here, in the darkest nights, God's light shines the brightest. So keeping faith, from Psalm 37, just a couple chapters later, the Lord makes firm the steps of those who delight in him. You're not going to be walking on sand. It's not going to be mush. It's not going to be, he's going to make firm your steps. It says, though he may stumble. Okay, we're going to stumble along the way. Not everything is going to be perfect in life. We're going to have trials, but it says, though he may stumble, he will not fall. Why? For the Lord upholds him with his hand. Your daddy, your Abba Father is holding your hand. So go on to Psalms and read, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. It goes on to say, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your steps. Okay, you're not supposed to figure it out. It's not for you to figure it out. Of course it doesn't make sense because we don't know what God knows. He knows the end from the beginning and everything in between. He says all your days were written in a book. So trust him. Lean to him and cry out to him. So, friend, you were talking about not being motivated. You know what? You have to press back. The devil tries to get you depressed. That snake who got Eve to eat that apple tries to press down on you with the cares of life. But you have to cast your cares upon God because he cares for you. So you're not going to get tired if you keep reaching out to him. He will motivate you to keep going. Isaiah, listen to this, and this is my last verse. Sorry for the whole Hebrew Bible study right now, but I feel like it's the only thing that really works. Faith comes through hearing and hearing the word of God. If we don't continually pour the scriptures into our mind to wash us, renew our mind, and make us clean, we can fall for the despair, the lies, the things, the attacks coming against us. Okay, so keep renewed, keep reading your Torah, keep reading your Hebrew Bible every day, and believe the words, take them to heart because God is not a liar. God cannot lie. It's one thing he can't do. Okay, last one from Isaiah 28 through 31. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases power to the weak. You don't need to feel bad if you're tired and unmotivated. You don't need to feel bad if you're not super strong, major faith, because listen, he increases the power of the weak. If you were strong on your own, would you even be seeking God? Or would you be one of those people who were Jewish by name only but didn't count on God for anything? Would you just have it as a symbol and not have that intimate relationship with God, your Father who loves you? Sometimes being weak is the best place to be, because then when we are weak, God is strong. It says even the youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings of eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. That is you. You are an overcomer. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are more than a conqueror. Whatever you're going through, God knows people have gone through it before. Was it Solomon who said there is nothing new under the sun? God knows. He's been through it all. He's seen your end from your beginning. And you know what? We win. We win at the end if we don't lose heart and we do not lose faith. I know you can do this. You were made for a purpose, just like Esther. She was made for a time and a purpose. And now it's time for you to step forward, to step into your calling, to do the things you're scared to do, to make the difference in the world you were supposed to make. But you can't do it if you're laying there weary, sad, and unmotivated. So you gotta lean on God. He is there for you no matter what. So let him fill you up. Let him give you the strength. Remember not the former things. Consider not the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing in you. And God is, if you let him. Trust him. And watch how he moves and opens the Red Sea for you. How much faith did Moses have to walk through that Red Sea? Do we even know? Was it completely and totally open when he first took a step in? I don't know. Did he have to have faith enough? Was the water up to his ankles when he got in? And God didn't part it yet because he wanted us to take a few steps. He wanted him to take a few steps. Was the water up to his knees before God parted it? Was it up to his waist? Was it up to his chest? Were they getting in the water up to their neck before God said, okay, I see your faith now. I'm going to part it. So we have to come to God first. We have to tell him when we're weak. We have to tell him when we're weary. We have to tell him we need to be filled up. We have to pray when we don't know what to say and just have a dialogue. He loves that. Call out to me when you're weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. The scripture says, take my yoke upon you because my burden is easy and my yoke is light. So why are you doing all the heavy lifting yourself? He wants to partner with you in that yoke they wore when the animals would go forward. One ox can't pull it all, but it's so much lighter when you got God walking by your side, and he is willing to do that for you. He loves you. So I hope that answered your question and helped the rest of you. Live true, love hard, shine bright.